Hey guys, this is part 53 of my video story, where we are just starting the second half of the season, which is certainly going to be a bit worse than the first half, naturally, because our riders are getting a bit tired now. But we should be fine for the next few weeks. Tiredness will really hit, I would imagine, in August. So I've done all the schedules for July, but first of all we've got to get the Beaumont Trophy out of the way. Which obviously is another British Premier calendar race. Don't think there was anything else to tell you. Yamada, as I said at the end of the last video, is now the Japanese champion, but we won't see him here. We will, however, get a first look at the Finnish champions jersey and the British champions jersey. And that's it, if it ever loads. 197.5 kilometres. And as you can see, primarily it's a race for sprinters, but there are a few little climbs on it. If you make the race hard, some people are going to struggle. So we'll have to see. Our leader here is probably Heikkinen if it comes down to a sprint, but we will also be very aggressive. We've got plenty of riders that can attack. Obviously fitness, not key for this race, so we've got a lot of guys here that are not fit, because you don't really need to be in top shape for these races. So yeah, I mean, definitely try and get someone in the breakaway, and then see from there what to do. As I said, probably Heikkinen will be the leader here, but Juricas can sprint, is slightly quicker, but he's even worse over the hills, and his fitness is worse, so we shall see. Definitely, as I say, get someone in the break, possibly St. Ledger, maybe Deeperveen. We'll find out when we get there, I guess. And yeah, come back at the end and see if we can win another race. Right, we have 5 kilometres to go here. There's Mortensen of Concordia still up the road, as a big crash goes on here. It's right near the front as well, I think. Briggs is down. Oh, that's going to be painful. Right, we have St. Ledger's just pretty much done. So we're leading out Heikkinen here. There's the British champions jersey there. Juricas has got blocked. Brilliant. We didn't get anyone in the breakaway in the end, mainly because no one got anyone in the breakaway, because nobody was allowed away, which is strange. In the end, it was a couple of riders attacked with about 60 kilometres to go. One of them still out front now. So yeah, I also said at the start that you'd see a Finnish champions jersey today, but obviously I forgot that Heikkinen's the time trial champion, not the road race champion. So yes, here we go then. Juricas is +2, but struggled with the hills a lot. Heikkinen's got more in the tank. His finish is pretty much flat. Yeah, it is. Who's this? Havoc. Accelerate, Matty. Accelerate. Wow. Havoc is just going. Havoc's causing havoc. No, I can't see anyone. So, right. I don't know what that was all about. So into the final kilometre. Heikkinen just has not got the legs today, unfortunately. It's probably the hills that killed him. Although Havoc's not much better in the hills. So Havoc takes the win with a nearly 3 kilometre sprint, which is pretty realistic. Is he trying to take off? Definitely not safe, that celebration. Havoc wins, then it's Milne, Stuyven, Haydo, Cronshaw, Heikkinen, Juricas. Bit disappointing, but they are good sprinters, all of these guys. We beat Clancy, which is pretty good. All of our guys finished in the group. Bakker had a hard day, spent a lot of time attacking, trying to get into a break, and it was all pointless in the end. See, some big riders got caught out in the crash. Groenewegen as well, so De Rijk had a mixed day. I'll come back on the results screen. Well, I said it was disappointing, but to be honest, 6th is pretty good for Heikkinen. I mean, I would have liked top 5, just missed out. I mean, Hayde obviously is very quick, so is Havoc. Milne I'm not sure about. You know, they're fairly quick guys. But 6th place is pretty good. Heikkinen, he's not really a sprinter. He's more a lead-out man, so not too bad. Jurikas, obviously, if he'd have been a bit fitter and there'd been a few less hills, he might have got a top 5. But, yeah, not too many sprinters, actually. After Clancy, none of these guys are sprinters, are they? Eke out, way down, but, yeah. Rest of the guys, De Vries 27th, St Ledger 31st. He spent a lot of time trying to get into a breakaway as well. Meek 38th, Deeperveen 45th, and Bakker 101st. So, notice that the last 2 riders were both called Schmidt, which was quite funny, because we all know what rhymes with Schmidt. So yeah, that's that race. So that's the end of June. What a fun month. So we're now into July. So it's time to go through some schedules. And Ting. The first race of the month is the Sibiu Cycling Tour in Romania, which rather oddly has changed order, and one of the mountain stages become a hill stage. So, not a clue. Got Mujagic, Douglas, Kamano, Schroeder, Bekele, Heikkinen, and Da Silva. We've only got 7 riders, by the looks of it. I thought there was 8 there, but some of these races we don't have full teams for because it's a very, very busy now, and some riders are really not in shape to be racing a lot. So, yeah. Obviously, Douglas and Kamano are peaking. It's definitely a race that, well, I mean, either of them could win really, but we'll see. We'll decide in a minute. Tour de Delta and Stockton Velo Grand Prix are on the same day. Tour de Delta, obviously, the North American team, plus Jurikas. So I would imagine, don't know. We have no sprinters in shape. Stockton is Natanga, Fischer, Meek, Bertels, St Ledger, De Vries, Van Maxfield, and Bakker. Pretty strong team for the flat. Natanga, I would imagine, will be our leader there. So yeah, and then everyone's favourite race, by the looks of it, the Giro della Valle d'Aosta. 4 mountain stages, one of which is a time trial. But there are a couple of flat stages, so it's not all climbing. We've got Douglas, Mujagic, Kamano, Natanga, Bekele, Yamada, and Da Silva. Yeah, there's only 7 there. I did only pick 7. I wanted an 8th guy who would be like just a domestique, but don't really have anyone. Bearing in mind we've got 3 races at the same time, plus the guys over in North America, so we are spread a bit thin. Czech Cycling Tour, which should be won in the time trial, to be fair. It's such a long time trial, and the other 3 stages are flat. So a good time trial, you could win the race. We've got Heikkinen, De Vries, Gombok, Jurikas, Deeperveen, Van Maxfield, Bakker, and Varga. Don't know how bad Bakker's fitness will affect his chances, but if he does a good time trial, he could win that race. Grand Prix of Wales, Fischer, Meek, Schroeder, St Ledger, Bertels, Zoltan, Bauer, and Kelly. I would imagine that might be one for Schroeder, but we'll see when we get there. And then we got a bit of a gap till a couple of races in Hungary, and then the Tour Alsace and the Ride ALGP are at the end of July. So the Hungarian races, both the same riders doing both of them. Bakker, Bauer, Deeperveen, Gombok, Heikkinen, Varga, De Vries, and Van Maxfield. Obviously the Hungarians' home race. Gombok will be our leader for both of them unless he gets too tired or whatever. Varga's not fit, but neither is Deeperveen, neither is Bauer. But you know, they have to go. We don't have anyone else. Tour Alsace, obviously more mountains. There's only 1 mountain stage, I think. Yeah, there's a very short team time trial. 1 hilly stage, 1 mountain stage. We've got Bakker, Bekele, Da Silva, Fischer, Gombok, Kumano, Schroeder and Yamada. And the other race is Rydale, which is Bertels, Deeperveen, Haken, Jurikas, Kelly, Meek, St Ledger and De Vries. So decent. I mean, the only problem we have this month is there's not too many North American races. There's just the one actually. So the rest, these guys are out of action for the rest of the month. The North Americans, but we can't really bring them back to Europe because there's still quite a few in August. As you can see, I've already put them in just to make it easier for me to know race days. So yeah, I mean, like Bennett for example has 65 race days, but that's because that most of the rest of his season is panned out already. So don't worry about that. The fact that he's got 30 more race days than Jurikas, for example. I haven't planned their seasons yet. So that's that. Again, sorry if you're not happy with your plan. I'm trying to give everyone a chance. And yeah, a lot of you. Yeah, there's a big difference at the moment. A lot of people are peaking, and a lot of people are having a big bunch of time off, so to speak. Tiredness becomes a factor, so it's important to let the guys that are peaking now ride, and let the guys that aren't fit, let them not ride, if you know what I mean. Not that any of you are particularly interested, but obviously it's July now, so the World Championships are kind of, you could do the selections now. I've been trying to do this. Froome rejected me, which is not particularly surprising, but I've got 7 so far. Wiggins, Thomas, Stannard, Miller, Kenyuk, Tiernan, Locke and Cummings, which leaves me with 1 slot. I don't think it'll be any of our guys. I mean, Meek and St Ledger can both climb a bit, but they don't have the stamina required really, so I don't know who the 8th guy will be. Who knows, maybe Swift. I don't know. Difficult one to judge. Time trial's already selected. Froome turned me down again. We've got Wiggins, Dowsett and Thomas. St Ledger is St Ledger's first reserve, so he could go. We don't know. As for the rest of you, obviously I can't check. I can't see whether you've been called up, but I would imagine Natanga's got a very good chance of being called up for South Africa. Not too many top riders from South Africa, so that's a possibility. So that was the July preview. I don't think there's anything else for now. So the next race is the Sibiu Cycling Tour, which starts with a prologue that is so short it's almost pointless. 4 stages. I managed to change the order because the stages were in the wrong order. So we've got time trial, mountain stage, time trial, mountain stage that's classed as a hilly stage for some bizarre reason. So obviously it's going to be a proper stage racer here, someone that can climb and time trial, although they're both very short time trials, so the prologue stat will be the most important here. His first one's 2.5 kilometers, so it really is just all about the prologue. So we've got 8 guys here: Bekele, Kumano, Yamada, Schroeder, Da Silva, Hakkinen, Mujagic and Douglas. Some of these guys are in peak shape, so we've got a very good chance of winning this, but it's a 0.1 race, so there'll be some pretty strong teams here. If it's anything like the Tour of Slovenia, we're going to be in trouble. Today our best shot is Yamada, probably Schroeder actually, because he's in better shape. But both of those two should go well, as should Hakkinen. Well, Bekele will as well, Mujagic will. Once again, we've only got 1 guy that can't time trial, which is Da Silva. Although Douglas and Kumano won't be particularly great, but they should be good enough to compete. We're going to have to. Well, I mean, Bekele's our leader. Even though his fitness is only 3, he is 2 better in the mountains than Kumano and Douglas. But I don't know. We'll see. So the first rider here, unfortunately, will be Yamada. Will be the first to set off. So that's going to be a problem. But yeah, come back for him. Just before we start, I also forgot. I knew that there was something I forgot a minute ago. The Tour de France has obviously started. I'll do sort of report at the end of each week, but at the moment, after 3 stages, Rui Costa is in the lead by about a minute. He's had a pretty good race in Corsica. So yeah, I'll come back when Yamada sets off. Right, so Yamada's just set off. Unfortunately, -2 on the day. I'm going with 82. That's not enough. Let's go 84. Paul Voss has just gone first for Netap, 3:10, 2 seconds clear of Young, Tachiak, and Venter. Of course, the gaps will be tiny here. Okay, it's definitely 85 maybe from the start. Oh, come on. The difference between 85 and 87 is alarming. So Yamada goes second, which is a bit disappointing, but that was just getting a feel for it. Hopefully it will be better when Schroeder starts. Off goes Schroeder. Don't tell me 85 is too much. What the hell? Maybe 84 then. No real changes, but the Russian champion has just crossed the line and goes first by 2 seconds. Looks like 84 might be a good idea, but then 84 is not enough. I need 84.5. Interesting. So Schroeder goes second at 2, so same time as his compatriot Voss. Getting better. Off goes Mujagic. 68 prologue, so not quite as good as... I reckon 85 is enough. It's completely flat, although it does go slightly downhill, but I mean, we're talking like 0.5% downhill, so... Yeah, 85 is definitely enough from the start. Nothing's changed other than that though. Just waiting for Mujagic to cross the line. 4th, it's pretty good. Same time as Yamada. Next up will be Kumano. Off goes Kumano. 65 prologue. He's got the stage favourite in front of him, Serov. He should go first. His own teammate is the guy to beat. And he doesn't. He goes second. And apparently 85... I just do not understand this. 84 is nowhere near enough. 85 is way too much. What the hell? Kumano's going to finish last. There's no doubt about that. I don't understand this at all. He goes 83rd. Seems a bit ridiculous to me. Here comes the Finnish champion, Matti Heikkinen. I'm going to keep him at 84 till we get to this corner, then I'm going to put it up to 85. It seems to be 84.5 that you need. 71 prologue. A couple of changes at the top. Gonçalves of La Palma has just gone 4th. Creed, not too far behind him. It's just I really don't understand what I'm supposed to put it on here. So Heikkinen goes 11th, same time as Mujagic and Yamada. Bit disappointing, but he does like a longer time trial. Off goes James Douglas. As everyone's just naught on the day. 64 prologue, another guy that really does prefer a longer time trial. Eichler just crossed the line and went 11th. Some seriously good riders here, but not many of them are climbers. 84 is definitely not enough, but 85 is way too much. Interesting. Douglas goes 47th. Not great. I won't show Da Silva because he's useless. I'll come back for Bakili. Off goes our final rider, Bakili. 69 prologue. The lead has changed. Felipe Cardozo of Ethapel is now in the lead, but Firsonov out there is a bit of a beast, to be honest. Is he really that good? 3rd. So Russ Velo are going to get every position except for 1st. Vermeltfort has also gone up there quite high. What does Bakili do? He goes 28th. Not too bad. Last couple of riders, Pellizotti and Modulo. I love the fact that quite a few teams have bought sprinters here. Bearing in mind there are no flat stages at all. There's 2 summit finishes and 2 time trials. Interesting. Best climber here, apart from Bakili, is probably Firsonov. Pellizotti obviously is pretty good as well. So Modulo crosses the line, and that goes 154th. Cardozo wins, or does Zakarin win? I don't know, they might switch around. But our best finisher was Schroeder in 6th. So Cardozo did get the win, because he was a second ahead apparently. Russ Velo, that's interesting. Or 1 second down. Firsonov is like absolutely amazing. I've heard of him, but only because of PCM. I've never seen him in my life or heard of him in real life, so is he actually that good, or is he just the most overrated rider in the game? He could easily win this race. So Vermeltfort 5th, Schroeder a good solid 6th. He is a good prologue rider, so not surprising at all. One of those riders where you can actually forget sometimes that he's actually a good time trialist. Gonçalves, Voss, Boom and Kozubek in the top 10. Yamada, Mujagic, Heikkinen all 6 seconds down, Bekele 7 seconds down, Douglas 9, and then our last 2 guys were last and last but 1, unfortunately. Da Silva was 3 seconds off the back, and Kumano, well, that was just a disaster, to be honest. So there are some good riders here. Certainly not the same as Slovenia, but just looking here, Gartzelli is here. He's a good climber, of course. Mancebo, Pardia is here as well for MTN. Maybe a difficult one to beat. So there's enough riders here to make it not easy for us. Andre Cardozo. You know, there's the usuals that you get. Pellizotti, as say Rosa. So we're gonna have to climb well, but we've got the riders to make it hard. Problem is there's only one climb, so you're gonna have to hit the bottom really hard. But we'll see. So that was an okay start. Just missed out on the top 5 again, but you know, not too bad. So that's all we've got time for in this video, unfortunately. Just too much scheduling to fit much more in. In the next video, obviously we'll finish this race, no problem. I don't know how much further we'll get, but yeah, this next stage is pretty big. So it's quite short, but that should be a big test. Also, I think it's impossible now, but can you change this stage to a mountain stage? Or is it? I think only the stage maker can do it, can't they? So if you can, then tell me, because I really would like that to be a mountain stage. It's quite clearly not a hill, is it? I've never seen a hill that big. So yeah, that's it for this video. So thanks for watching, and join me next time.